Love is the key to help you grow. To gain clarity and patience, you must constantly review. And you love to learn Gemara when the words speak back to you. The Torah of his learning, his spirit is revived. At the word, the Torah penetrate and flow become alive. Excitement is rekindled, and the shining with his feet. He can finally feel that passion that was lost for all time. Make it sweet for us again, like the hot. Cover B'siyata Deshmaya, the Kabbalah Shabbos, Ribbon Shalom, please allow the Torah to be sweet again, to be sweet, to be sweet, very sweet, very, very sweet. So it's Tefillah B'Shem Kol Yisrael, the covered Shabbos, covered Rosh Hashanah, the covered Am Yisrael. God, in your great compassion, you've created a plan that will ultimately bring us to goodness. You've promised us that whenever we study the Holy Torah, we will find you, even in this era before the end of days, the Ikva de Mashiach, when you're so profoundly concealed within concealment. As the verse states, I will surely hide my face on that day. V'anochi hastir astir panai bayomahu v'chulu. The song will speak up before the Jews as a witness, for it should not be forgotten in the mouth of his offspring. Therefore, we have come to you, Hashem our God and the God of our fathers. You who are filled with compassion and grace, you who are good and do good to all, to ask you to guide us in learning your holy Torah for its own sake, Lishma, Torah Lishma, day and night in holiness and purity, so that at every moment and in every place we will discover you concealed within the concealment, that nothing in the world will be able to hide your presence, your providence, your exalted nature from us. Guide us to learn the Holy Torah aloud. Give us the strength to call to you, the life force of all life, by means of the Holy Torah, which is your name. In this way, may we draw down onto ourselves a good and long life, for you are the life force of all life, who gives life to all the worlds from beginning to end by means of the Holy Torah, which is your name, which is our life and length of our days. Guide us to receive that life in a graduated, measured fashion through the vessels and holiness that are brought onto being by the chapters, paragraphs, verses, words, constellations, vowels, crowns, and letters of the Holy Torah. Sort of Nasan. From Nasan. Unbelievable. Through these vessels, may we attain goodness, a long life, compassion, peace, and holy awareness. B'siyata Deshmaya. Chavra, Sichot 56, or Sichot 55, my bad. We are on how good is Olam Haba. So the Rebbe once spoke of the good one earns in the world to come through serving Hashem. He said that we call this reward good, because there is no other word in human language to describe it. But it is really so much higher than any concept of good that the word is totally inadequate. The most we can say of the world to come is that it is good, but really it is so much greater. And Rabbi Nachman quotes the pasuk in Yeshayahu, no eye has seen it other than God. So however, I saw it myself. And Baal Shem Tov says that it really depends on our attitude, right? So Rabbi Nachman taught us that the world, Olam Haba, is described as good. And how do we draw down that goodness into this world? How do we see this world with the lenses of Gan Eden? Bnei Yisrael, says a pasuk in Shemot, could not drink the waters of Mara because they were bitter. We assume this means that the water was bitter. The Baal Shem Tov, however, said that the antecedent antecedent of they is Bnei Israel, not the waters, right? So it's not the waters were bitter, but it was Bnei Israel that was bitter because the Israelites had an attitude of bitterness. It caused them to perceive the water as bitter. This is a profound psychological insight. Many people who are depressed complain that the food tastes bitter. Anyone who looks through dark glasses will see the world as a dark place. Some people who are dissatisfied with their lives make external changes. But if we feel that reality is unpleasant, we should reevaluate ourselves. The unpleasantness may be in our attitude rather than in reality. So, however, obviously, we're living in very, I mean, beyond to say that it's difficult times, is an understatement. But really to look at our own lives, and really to see those places that we view as unpleasant, and to reevaluate ourselves in the way we look at them. You know, on a general level, we can't judge. We can't put ourselves in others' places. We don't have answers. But the only answer that we do have right now is to look in our individual lives and to start with one thing. To start with one thing that we could look at a little bit differently, a little bit more with eyes of expansiveness and b'siyata d'shmaya. We should uplift and seek out the anani b'mirchavka and the mina meitzar.